In today's class, we will discuss about the field test on DC series machines. Okay, so for this test, to conduct this test, we again require two identical DC series machines. This is one of the drawback of this method as well. So the field test, the connections will be like this. We have the series fielding winding of the first machine, then this is being connected. Now this side, two machines are coupled, mechanically coupled, right? Now we also have the field winding like this. Okay, so this is a mechanical shaft coupling the two machines, right? And this is the wire connecting the field windings. So they are independent. Don't think that there is a connection here, right? So the positive terminal coming from the supply is connected to the field winding normally, and this is in series with the armature of the first machine, and this is connected to the field winding of the second machine in series like this, and this goes back to the supply terminal. Now coming to this one, we have one rheostat, variable rheostat connected to this one, and in series we have one ammeter and we have one voltmeter here like this, and here also we have one voltmeter right, and one ammeter. So this is the basic circuit diagram of the field test. So procedure is we'll feed the first machine with the DC supply, and this is run as a DC series motor, and this is driving the other machine, and this machine acts like a generator. This acts like a generator and this acts like a motor, right? And this generator, because it is the armature is driven by this motor, and this generates a voltage across its terminal, and this is now connected to a resistive load. So it should not be kept open. If the terminal kept open, then the motor will see a very light load on it, because generator is freely running, so it may drive to very high speed and it may damage. So to keep load on the motor, we have to load the generator as well through the resistance. Now we have to see that we have to load such a way that the motor is drawing, this current is drawn I1, let me say this is I1 and this is I2, this is V1 and this is V2, right? So generator is loaded in such a way, or up to a level such that the rated current in the motor is drawn. Okay, So okay, so from this we can now calculate the total losses in both machines incurred in armature, that is core losses and frictional windage losses can be calculated, and then we can find out the efficiency. This is also similar to Hopkinson's test like we conducted on the shunt machines, right? So here the main yeah, so but what is actually in Hopkinson's test, we actually in shunt machine the energy supply energy is only to cover up the core losses and the frictional windage losses. However, the loading part, the loading energy is fed from the generator. Loading energy is fed from the generator, but this is not the case here. Okay, so for this operating condition, so where is the resistive load? From the full load, full load to a moderate load, and then try to find out the readings of all the ammeters and voltmeters and make a tabular column and find out the efficiency of the machines, right? How do we calculate the efficiency? So what is the total input power into this mg set is, that is v this is v, let me take this as v into this I1, right? So this is the total input power drawn from the supply to these two machines. Now out of this, what is the output power, generator output power? If I subtract generator output power, the remaining thing will goes into the generator output power, which is V2 into I2. Now the total losses occurring in both machines will be the difference of these two. Now what are these losses? The losses are, we say, the core losses plus friction and windage losses, of both machines plus the field copper losses and armature copper losses of the both machines. So field copper losses in first machine is field copper loss, that is I1 square RSE, right, plus copper losses, armature copper losses, that is I1 square RA of the first machine. Then second machine field copper losses same as the earlier one, because the same current is flowing through the same field, so that is I1 square RSC. I am treating that this first machine and second machine series resistances and armature resistances are all equal because of identical machines. And copper losses, armature copper losses is I2 square RA, right? These are the Yeah, so copper losses of the both machines. So if I equate this to the above difference, this one, above difference, this one, uh, I will be getting the total losses. These are the total losses. Okay, so from these total losses, again if I subtract these values, these are all known, currents are known and the resistor values are known to me, right? So these values are also known to me. Then I can find out the core losses plus friction and windage losses of both machines is equals to the difference of these two, this value minus this value. Okay, now if I take this as W, then per machine I divide it by 2. So per machine core losses plus friction and windage losses is equals to W by 2. So once I know these losses, then I can find out the efficiency of either motor or generator. So motor efficiency, right? So this is input is V1 I1 minus total losses gives me the output by V1 I1 input multiplied by 100 gives me the percentage efficiency. Now what are the total losses here? Total losses is first the core losses plus friction windage losses plus the field copper losses and armature copper losses. So first machine field copper losses is I1 square RSC plus I1 square RA gives me the total losses. So that's it. As a motor, we find out input minus losses by input. Now for generator, efficiency output V2 I2 divided by output plus losses. Again this is losses is core losses plus friction windage losses plus I1 now because I am calculating the efficiency separate operation, then I can say that particular armature current square or I2 square RSC plus RA gives me the armature and series field copper losses. These are the constant losses. So this gives me the percentage efficiency of the generator. So very simple procedure. We'll do one problem, take down. Same calculations, only thing is depending upon the circuit diagram, we will be taking the readings and we know the losses in the machine and try to find out the efficiency. That's it. Same logic. ఈ కండిషన్లో ఓకే, ఈ కండిషన్లో I2 ఎప్పటికీ ఇలా కండక్ట్ చేయదు కదా, దిస్ ఈజ్ ఆఫ్లైన్ అమ్మా. దీస్ టూ ఎఫిషియన్సీ క్యాలిక్యులేషన్స్ ఆర్ ఆఫ్లైన్ క్యాలిక్యులేషన్స్. అంటే మోటార్ లాగా రన్ అవుతుంది, జనరేటర్ లాగా రన్ అవుతుంది సెపరేట్గా. ఓకే, సో ఆ పర్టికులర్ కండిషన్లో వాటి యొక్క లైన్ కరెంట్స్ని ఏ లైన్ కరెంట్ తీసుకుంటే ఆ లైన్ కరెంట్ దగ్గర ఎఫిషియన్సీ కడతామన్నట్టు. ఓకే, if you take the readings like this V1 I1 V2 I2, then for these operations you have to take this as this is I1 I1 RSC plus I2 square RA. So this is under these operating conditions only. If I want to calculate these two machines separated and they are running on their own as a motor or generator, whatever it may be, now under that condition, for any given load current, for any given load current and terminal voltage, we can straight away calculate, because I know these constant losses. So for any given load current, I can calculate the series field copper losses and armature copper losses given the series resistance and armature resistance. One is I1 is 56 amps, 590 V1 is 590 volts, and voltage drop across field is V2 is 400 volts, and field drop is this is again 40 volts, and armature resistance they have given is 0.3 ohms. You have to calculate the RFs and then now calculate the motor efficiency and generator efficiency. The total input to the set is equals to 590 into 56 watts, 33.004 kilowatts. 56, so 33,040, and output from the generator is 400 volts into 44 amps,
17.6 kilowatts, sir.
17.6 kilowatts. So total losses in the machine, in the both machines, will be definitely 33.04 minus 17.6 kilowatts.
15.44 kilowatts, sir.
44 kilowatts, right? So from these loss, if I subtract the field copper losses and armature copper losses, then I will be getting the core losses and rotational losses. Core losses plus friction and windage losses of both machines is equals to this 15.44 kilowatts minus the field copper losses and armature copper losses. So field copper losses 50. Tell me what is the field resistance? Voltage drop is 40 divided by current 56, and this is RF.
0.7142, sir.
Point
7142, sir.
0.7142, and the same current, the same I1 current is also flowing through the field resistance of the second machine. So it is also giving 40 volts. So this is RF1 and RF2, both are same, 0.7142. So what I can say is, so field copper losses is 56 square into 2 times of this 0.7142 plus 56 square into 0.3 first machine copper losses plus 44 square into 0.3. So this is the second machine copper losses. Now this is all given in watts, so I have to divide this by 1000 to get it in kilowatts. So now what is the total losses? Core losses plus friction windage losses in both machines in kilowatts, 9.4389 kilowatts, right?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So this is for both machines. Now for each machine, per machine is, that is W is, this is coming to 4.522 kilowatts approximately, right? Now efficiency efficiency of motor. So input is 590 into the current at the 590 into 56 is the input, minus this total losses. So total losses means 4.522 or 4522 watts plus 56 square into 0.3 plus 0.7142. So these are the total losses divided by 590 into 56 into 100.
76.68.
76.68 percentage. So everyone got the same percentage? Check it out. The percentage of generator output 400 or 440 or 444. 400 volts into 44 amps output plus losses. Losses is 4522 plus 44 square into 0.3 plus 56 square into 0.7142. So this is the multiplied by 100.
Sir, 70.56%.
70.56%. So you got under this operation, the second machine is having poor efficiency. So this is all about the field test. So likewise,
సార్ ఇక్కడ వచ్చిన లాసెస్ లో సార్ మీరు ఆఫ్ చేసినప్పుడు 4.522 తీసుకున్నారు కదా సార్, అక్కడ 4.72 వస్తుంది సార్, అక్కడ చేంజ్ వచ్చింది.
ఓకే అదే ఎక్కడో సంథింగ్ సమ్వేర్ 4.72 నా. ఓకే రైట్. So procedure is correct, right? So this is coming to somewhere 72% and this is coming to 67% వచ్చింది. Okay.